Deep in the heart of Western Australia, a select group of warriors trains to operate in the world's harshest environments. They are shadow soldiers, unseen, unheard, but always ready. This is the Australian Special Air Service Regiment, or SASR, one of the world's most elite fighting forces. Their motto is simple: who dares wins. But behind that motto lies decades of secret missions, brutal training, and unwavering courage. Today, we go inside the SASR, exploring their origins, missions, training, and weapons to understand what makes these Australians among the best special forces operators on the planet. Origins of the Australian SAS. The story of the SASR begins in 1957, in the aftermath of World War II and the Korean War. Inspired by the British Special Air Service, Australia realized it needed its own elite reconnaissance and commando unit, capable of long-range patrols and unconventional warfare. The first squadron was raised in Perth, Western Australia, where it still calls home today at Camp Campbell Barracks, Swanbourne. These early pioneers drew heavily from the lessons of the Australian commandos in the Pacific Theater, men who mastered jungle warfare, silent movement, and small unit tactics. By combining British SAS doctrine with Australian bushcraft and adaptability, the SASR was born, a force that could strike hard and disappear before the enemy knew what hit them. Early missions. The jungles of Borneo. The SASR's first major deployment came in the 1960s during the Indonesia-Malaysia confrontation, known as Konfrontasi. Operating in the dense jungles of Borneo, small SAS patrols crossed into Indonesian territory to gather intelligence and conduct covert ambushes. These missions were so secret that even the Australian government barely acknowledged them for decades. We operated in four-man teams, living off the land, watching enemy movements for days at a time. It was hot, humid, and silent. You had to become part of the jungle. Their success in Borneo solidified the SASR's reputation. They proved they could operate independently, deep behind enemy lines, and deliver precise results. This was just the beginning. Vietnam, the Hunters. When Australia joined the Vietnam War, the SASR was deployed to conduct long-range reconnaissance patrols in the Phuoc Tuy province. Unlike conventional infantry, the SAS didn't search for battle. They hunted for intelligence. Their motto during the war was simple: eyes and ears of the task force. SAS patrols, usually 5 to 6 men strong, moved silently through dense terrain, identifying Viet Cong movements, directing airstrikes, and ambushing enemy columns. Their casualty rate was one of the lowest of any Australian unit in Vietnam, yet their kill-to-loss ratio was among the highest. By the time they left Vietnam in 1971, the SASR had completed hundreds of successful patrols and earned the respect of both allies and adversaries, East Timor, Iraq, and beyond. After Vietnam, the SASR continued to evolve. During the late 20th century, they trained for counter-terrorism, hostage rescue, and regional stabilization operations. When violence erupted in East Timor in 1999, the SASR was among the first boots on the ground under Operation Warden. They secured airfields, gathered intelligence, and provided reconnaissance for peacekeeping troops. Their rapid and professional response helped restore order in a country torn apart by conflict. Then came Iraq and Afghanistan, wars that would define a new generation of SAS operators under Operation Slipper. The SASR deployed to Afghanistan shortly after 9/11. Their mission? Locate Taliban leaders, capture high-value targets, and disrupt insurgent networks operating alongside U.S. Delta Force and British SAS units. Australian operators earned a reputation for stealth and precision. From night raids in Helmand to long-range reconnaissance in the deserts, SASR teams often worked hundreds of kilometers from friendly bases, relying on air support, satellite communication, and their own endurance. Domestic counter-terrorism, the Tactical Assault Group. While many know the SASR for overseas operations, they also play a critical role inside Australia. After the 1978 Sydney Hilton bombing, the government realized the need for a permanent counter-terrorism capability. From this, the SASR established the Tactical Assault Group, West, specializing in hostage rescue, aircraft assaults, and maritime counter-terrorism. Their eastern counterpart, TAG East, is operated by the 2nd Commando Regiment in Sydney together. These units form Australia's elite counter-terrorism backbone. Training for these roles includes high-speed shooting, breaching, explosive entry, and negotiation tactics. Operators must be prepared to neutralize threats in civilian environments, from airports to oil rigs. Training and selection, the ultimate test. Becoming an SASR operator is one of the hardest achievements in the Australian Defence Force. The selection course is legendary, designed to break all but the most determined candidates endure 3 weeks of grueling physical and mental challenges, with long marches, minimal sleep, and constant navigation tasks through the Australian outback. Only a small fraction make it to the end. Parachute and halo insertion, amphibious operations, reconnaissance and surveillance, demolitions and breaching combat survival and evasion, close-quarter battle training. Former instructor, reenactment. Selection isn't about strength. It's about endurance, mindset, and humility. We don't need heroes, we need professionals. Weapons and equipment. Every SAS operator is a master of multiple weapon systems. Their gear reflects the variety of missions they undertake. Their primary rifle is the M4A5 carbine, an Australian variant of the M4A1. Fitted with optics, suppressors, and accessories for modular combat. For heavy engagements, they use FN Minimi light machine guns, or MAG-58 general-purpose machine guns. Snipers rely on the SR-25, Accuracy International Arctic Warfare, or the Barrett M82A1 for long-range precision. For sidearms, SASR operators often use Glock 19, or Heckler & Koch, USP pistols. Reliable, simple, and rugged. Specialized missions may see them carrying HK MP5s or SIG-MCX submachine guns for close-quarter battle. Their equipment also includes night vision and thermal optics, portable drones for reconnaissance, advanced communication and encryption systems, lightweight plate carriers and body armor, tactical vehicles, and insertion boats. Training other nations. Beyond direct action, the SASR also serves as a teacher. Australia plays a crucial role in strengthening regional security by training allied special forces across Asia and the Pacific from Indonesia to Papua New Guinea and the Philippines. SAS instructors teach small unit tactics, weapons handling, and counter-terrorism operations. For over 6 decades, the Australian SASR has stood as a symbol of courage and precision. A small force with a massive impact. They embody the spirit of Australia's warriors, resilient, innovative, and unyielding. This is the story of those who dare and those who win. Which elite unit should we cover next? The New Zealand SAS, Delta Force, or British SAS? Comment below. Subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most elite military forces.